Hello and welcome to my girly room decor DIYs. These DIYs are so cute and so girly and so whimsical, so stick around. We're going to be creating this beautiful flower wall, so shabby chic, and then we're also going to be creating this beautiful whimsical wall crown. I love this DIY because it adds such a beautiful touch to any part of your room, so stick around and stay tuned. The first item you'll need for the flower wall is, of course, flowers. I picked baby pink roses. And then you'll also need some ribbon. I picked these cream colored ribbons from Hobby Lobby. I loved the lace detailing on these ribbons. I think it adds a beautiful touch. The next thing you'll need is a glue gun and then scissors. And you'll start by cutting the stems of the roses, and then this is me just trying to figure out how long I wanted this stem to be and what it would look like on the wall. And next, you'll just measure the ribbon to see how long you want each bow to be. I measured about a little over a foot for each ribbon, and I just cut each ribbon the same length so that way all the bows are even. The next step is going to be tying the ribbon around the stem, and you'll want to make sure that your flower is upside down. That way, when you put it on the wall, the flower dries out. And you'll just repeat this step for every flower that you're working with. And this is the final product of all my flowers lined up and ready to be put on the wall. And next, you'll just hot glue the stem and the ribbon, and then you'll just stick it onto the wall. In my prior experience of using hot glue on walls, it doesn't really damage the wall at all or the paint on the wall, so don't be afraid to use the hot glue on the wall. I just love the way that this looks instead of using a command hook or tacks to hang it on the wall. It's like more effortless, and it looks like the flower is just hanging from nothing, and I like that look. And you'll just repeat these steps for each flower. And I glued mine in kind of a pattern. I did 3 flowers for each row, so it came out to 4 rows. And this is the final product. I love how it came out. This is a few weeks later. This is what it looks like when the flowers are all dried. I just love how this looks. It makes my room feel so magical and fairy tale like. I highly recommend this DIY, and the flowers are holding up really well. I haven't had any problems. The next DIY is a whimsical wall crown. So I got this shelf from At Home. It was $25 and I just loved how this looked. It's so shabby chic and I just love the details of this shelf. It also reminds me of like a Victorian kind of style. So besides that, you'll also need some curtains, and I got these at Home. They were $6 each. You need 2 of them, and I got mine in an 84-inch length. That way they don't hit the floor. And I love the curtains, these in particular, because they're very sheer and I like that look. The next thing you'll need for the DIY is this PVC pipe. I got this at Home Depot, and I believe this is a 1/2 inch. You'll just want to cut this pipe to the size of the shelf. The next thing you'll need are these 1/2 inch clamps from Home Depot, and these have a purpose for holding down the PVC pipe to the shelf. That way it doesn't move. Next, you'll just want to start off by measuring where you want to put the shelf. That way it's level and even. And right now I'm just screwing the screws into the wall. That way I can be ready to put the shelf into place. Now I'm acting like the PVC pipe is a curtain rod. So I'm just pulling the curtain through and scrunching it up. And then that way we can attach the clamps to the PVC pipe. Now you'll just want to screw in the PVC pipe using that clamp. That way it stays in place and doesn't move. And don't worry about the PVC pipe or the clamp being shown. The curtain is going to cover that up. Now you'll just want to attach the shelf to the wall, and the DIY is complete. And this is what the final product looks like. I love it so much. It's so shabby chic, so whimsical. I highly recommend this DIY. I feel like it spices up any part of your room. If you do any of these DIYs, please tag me on Instagram. I would love to see it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.